You drift through the endless night. Your ship, the scout vessel Whisper, is a tiny speck of light. It moves against the vast, silent canvas of space. This is the edge of known territory. Beyond this point lies only mystery and a whole lot of nothing. Your mission is simple. Chart the void. Find anything of interest. Report back to the Galactic Concord. It is a lonely job, a boring one. For 3 years, you have seen nothing but dying stars. You have cataloged dust clouds and rogue asteroids. Your reports are probably used as digital paperweights. You sip your recycled water. You watch the star charts update on the main screen. Another empty sector. Another day, another credit. You wonder if anyone actually reads your logs, or if you are just a ghost haunting the far reaches. A check mark on some bureaucrat's list. Then something changes. A flicker on the long-range sensors. It is impossible. There is nothing out here. Nothing should be out here. The Concord's star science is clear on that. This region of space is ancient. It is cold and sterile. But the sensor flicker is real. It is not an echo. It is not a glitch in the system. You double-check the readings, then you triple-check them. Your ship's computer agrees. Something is out there. Something solid. It has no energy signature, no heat, no radiation. It is a hole in reality. A perfect void that the sensors can barely comprehend. The system flags it as an error, a physical impossibility. But it is there, waiting. You change course. Every protocol in your training manual screams at you not to. This is a situation for a battleship, not a lone scout. But curiosity is a powerful force. So is boredom. You have not seen anything new in 1,000 days. This is new. You approach with caution. Your shields are at maximum. Your hand hovers over the emergency jump drive, just in case this impossible object has impossible friends. The Whisper glides through the black, closer and closer. Then you see it with your own eyes. It hangs in the void before you. A shape that has no name. It is not a sphere. It is not a cube. It is a complex structure of angles and curves that seem to shift. They defy the laws of geometry. The object is made of a material blacker than space itself. It drinks the light from distant stars. It leaves nothing behind. Looking at it makes your head ache. Your brain tries to make sense of its form and fails. It is a beautiful and terrifying thing. You are a few thousand kilometers away, close enough to see its impossible surface, far enough to feel safe. Or so you thought. Suddenly, your ship's power flickers. The main screen goes dark. Emergency lights bathe the cockpit in a soft red glow. Every system on your ship is down, except life support. The object has done this somehow. It has neutralized you without firing a single shot. You are adrift, a toy for a giant. You check your ship's warranty. You are fairly certain this is not covered. You are alone in the dark, with a thing that should not exist, a relic from a time before time. It sits in the void, impossibly ancient, impossibly powerful. It does not move. It does not make a sound. It simply waits. For you. Then the message comes. It does not arrive through your communication systems. There is no static, no signal. It blooms directly inside your mind. A cold, heavy pressure on your thoughts. It is a voice made of ice and gravity. It speaks not in words, but in pure concepts. Ideas that unfold in your consciousness like ancient scrolls. There is a law. It tells you. A law older than any star. A covenant of silence that has kept the galaxy stable. It has done so for eons. This law has one rule. Civilizations can rise. They can build. They can explore their own star systems, but they must not spread too far. They must not grow too loud. The galaxy must maintain its quiet equilibrium. The Great Silence is a treaty, and the treaty must not be broken. The voice shows you images, visions of teeming worlds, empires that spanned thousands of stars. Their light was a roar that echoed across the cosmos. Then, the voice shows you their end, a swift and silent reaping, a pruning of cosmic ambition. The light vanishes. The silence returns. You try to fight the intrusion. You try to push the voice out of your head. It is like trying to push back the tide. The pressure in your skull intensifies. This is not an attack. It is a warning, a lesson from a power beyond your understanding. Who are you? You try to think. The answer comes not as a name, but as a presence, a sense of immense, unfeeling authority. They are the guardians of the law, the enforcers of the great cosmic filter. They are the reason the galaxy is so quiet, so empty. You feel your ship shudder. It is not your imagination. The relic has a grip on you. An invisible field of force holds the whisper in place. You are a specimen under a microscope, being examined, being judged. The voice explains that life is a beautiful accident, but it is an accident that tends to grow wild, like a fire in a dry forest. The law is there to contain it, to prevent a galactic inferno, to preserve the ultimate balance of the universe. This feels wrong, a violation of the very nature of life. You think of humanity's drive to explore, to reach for the stars. The voice senses your defiance. It shows you the cost of that ambition. Galaxies torn apart by endless wars. Realities collapsing under the weight of star-borne weapons. A universe screaming in pain. The silence, the voice insists, is peace. The emptiness is safety. This is a truth so terrible, so absolute, that most minds would break. You almost believe it. The logic is as cold and perfect as the void itself. This is what happens when you skip the expiration date scan on your nutrient paste. You start getting lectures from a space rock. But a part of you resists, a stubborn spark of human spirit. The part that climbed out of caves and looked at the moon. The part that built this very ship to seek out the unknown. That spark refuses to be extinguished. It tells you that a managed garden is still a cage. The pressure in your mind recedes. The voice pulls back, leaving an echo of its vast and terrible purpose. The force field holding your ship dissolves. Your systems slowly come back online. The main screen flickers to life. The red emergency lights switch off. You are free to go. The relic has shown you the truth. It has given you the warning. Now it waits to see what you will do. You look at the impossible object one last time. It seems to hang there, a silent judge. Then you turn your ship around. You run. As you flee, you feel a final parting thought from the relic. A single, chilling concept. A seed planted in your mind. It is not a threat. It is a designation. You are no longer just a scout. You are now a variable, an anomaly, a witness. And witnesses are a liability. Your ship is a wounded animal limping away from a predator. But the relic has left more than just a memory. It has left a gift or a curse. The ship's main computer is beeping. A frantic, insistent rhythm. The data storage is full. It is beyond full. It is overflowing. The relic has downloaded something into your archives. A flood of information so vast it threatens to crash every system. You bring up the data logs on your screen. They are filled with unreadable code. Symbols that belong to no known language. It looks like nonsense. Then, the ship's translation software kicks in. It struggles, fighting to make sense of the alien data. But it finds a key. a Rosetta Stone buried in the code. And the nonsense begins to resolve into patterns, into history. Your screen fills with images, star charts of a galaxy you do not recognize, constellations that have long since drifted apart, spiral arms in different positions. This is a map of the past, a very distant past. Millions of years ago, the data is not just maps. It is a chronicle, a detailed history of a galactic civilization, a species you have never seen before. Tall, graceful beings made of living crystal. Their cities are jewels sparkling on a dozen worlds. Their ships are like silver birds. You watch them expand. You watch them build a peaceful federation of star systems. Their star science was far beyond your own. They had harnessed the power of nebulae. They had learned to sing to the stars. The galaxy was theirs, and it was full of life. The archive shows you more. Dozens of other empires. The galaxy was not silent then. It was a chorus of different voices, a network of trade and diplomacy, a vibrant, thriving ecosystem of star-born peoples. You see species known only from fossil records, alive, walking, talking, building. This is the galaxy before the Great Law, before the silence was imposed. It is a revelation that shatters everything you thought you knew. The emptiness of space is not natural. It is an artificially created desert. The cradle of life was intentionally broken. The ship's AI speaks. Its voice is strained. Operator. The data influx is destabilizing my core programming. I have cataloged over 400 extinct civilizations in the last 10 minutes. The AI pauses. I recommend a full system wipe, and perhaps a strong cup of tea for the operator. You ignore the suggestion. You are mesmerized by the ghosts on your screen. You see the crystal beings encounter the Enforcers for the first time. The Enforcers' ships are the same then as they are now. Cold, silent, and absolute. There is no war. There is no battle. There is only an execution. The Enforcers deploy a weapon that turns stars into black holes. They wipe out the crystal being's home world. Then the next. And the next. A systematic, passionless extermination. The chorus of the galaxy turns into a scream. Then, silence. The data stream shows the Enforcers retreating into the dark spaces between galaxies. Their work is done. The law is restored. The galaxy is quiet again, safe again. The history ends. The screen goes blank. The data dump is complete. Your ship's memory is now a graveyard, a museum of a murdered galaxy. The relic did not just warn you. It gave you the evidence. The proof of the greatest crime in cosmic history. You sit in the pilot's chair, stunned. The silence of your cockpit feels different now. It is not the silence of peace. It is the silence of a tomb. You look out at the empty stars. They seem like ghosts now, haunting the space where their children used to live. The weight of this knowledge settles on your shoulders. It is a burden too heavy for one person to carry. But you are the one who was chosen. Your small scout ship, your little whisper, is now the most important vessel in the universe. It is an ark of memory, a seed of rebellion. The data has changed your ship. It has changed you. Your old life is over. The routine of charting empty space is gone forever. You look at your navigation console. Your original mission is still plotted there. A return course to Conquered Sector Command. To go back now would be a death sentence. The Concord leadership. They must know about the law. They are its willing collaborators. The peace and stability they govern is built on a foundation of lies and mass murder. To bring them this truth would be to declare yourself a heretic. They would destroy your ship. They would erase the data. They would erase you. the silence would be preserved. The crime would remain hidden. The ghosts of the past would continue to scream and herd. Number, you cannot go back. You must go forward. But where? Who would listen? Who would dare to stand against the enforcers of the ancient law? Your mind races through the star charts, looking for a glimmer of hope, a place of refuge. There are stories, legends of fringe worlds and rogue colonies, places where the Concord's authority is weak, systems that value freedom over stability. It is a long shot, a desperate gamble. But it is the only one you have. You choose a destination, a remote nebula known as the Serpent's Veil. It is a place where ships are known to disappear, a haven for pirates and smugglers. If anyone would be receptive to a dangerous truth, it is them. They already live outside the law. You input the new coordinates. Your fingers tremble slightly as you engage the jump drive. The ship's engines hum with a new energy. Or maybe you are just imagining it. The data from the relic seems to resonate within the vessel's systems. A ghost in the machine. As the Whisper prepares to leap into the unknown, you feel it. A cold chill that has nothing to do with the ship's life support. The feeling of being watched has returned. But it is stronger now, more focused, more menacing. The galaxy knows your intentions. The moment you plotted a course away from conquered territory, you signed your own death warrant. You declared your rebellion. Your mission briefing never mentioned overthrowing millennia of galactic dogma. You will have to file a complaint with Human Resources later. You have made your choice. You have accepted your new mission. You are no longer a scout. You are a messenger, a carrier of a truth that could either save the galaxy or shatter it completely. The jump drive engages. The stars stretch and distort. The Whisper leaps into the dark. The jump is disorienting, as always. A brief moment of non-existence. Then you are back in normal space, hundreds of light years from where you were. But the feeling of being watched is still there. It followed you. Your threat display, usually dark and quiet, lights up like a holiday tree. It is covered in red icons. Dozens of them, then hundreds. They are appearing out of nowhere, all around you, as if they were waiting for you to arrive at this exact spot. They are ships, but not like any Concord vessel you have ever seen. They are long, thin, and black. Like splinters of obsidian, they have no visible engines, no lights, no windows. They are perfectly silent, perfectly deadly. These are the hunters, the enforcers of the great law, the fleet that has kept the galaxy quiet for millions of years. The relic did not just send a message to you. It sent a message to them as well. It told them a witness had escaped. You check their energy signatures. There are none. They are running on some form of power that is invisible to your sensors. Your ship's computer is struggling to classify them. It labels them as unidentified. But you know who they are. You saw them in the historical data. They are the Reapers. There is no communication, no demand for surrender. They simply move to surround you. Their formation is precise, perfect. A net closing around a single terrified fish. Your small scout ship is hopelessly outclassed, outgunned, outnumbered. Your heart pounds in your chest. This is it. This is how it ends. A quiet, anonymous death in the middle of nowhere. Just like the crystal beings. Just like the 400 other civilizations in your ship's memory. Another voice silenced. But then you remember the truth you carry. The history of a vibrant galaxy that was stolen. The ghosts in your machine scream for justice. They scream for you to run, to survive, to tell their story. Your fear turns into something else. Determination. You grip the controls of the Whisper. This little ship is not just a scout vessel anymore. It is a weapon. Its only ammunition is the truth, and its only defense is speed. You push the engines to their absolute limit. The ship groans in protest. You are not designed for this kind of stress. But you have no choice. You dive toward a dense asteroid field, a desperate attempt to lose your pursuers, to break their perfect formation. The race through the dark has begun. The hunters follow you. They move with an unnatural grace. They weave through the asteroids without effort. Their silence is more terrifying than any battle cry. They are not in a hurry. They are inevitable. You are one small light, fleeing from a sea of encroaching darkness. Your only ally is a ship full of ghosts. Your only hope is a destination you may never reach. The enforcers of the ancient law are coming, and they will not stop until the silence is restored. Forever.